It's Kirsty here from Little Learners in Leeds again, just here again with some activities that will help you to prepare your children for starting school in September, because as I've said before, I'm really conscious that they're not having their visits and their nursery experience that they might have normally been having to get them ready for school at this time. However, these activities today are great for any preschoolers because we're just going to be looking at making and recognising different shapes. So I've got 3 activities again for you today, just to help with shape recognition, and also always with shapes we're talking about the properties of the shapes, which brilliantly includes a lot of our mark making lines as well and our different characters. So first of all, we're going to do some shape recognition with a set of lolly sticks. You can get these really easily in craft packs and all the different coloured ones. But any sort of stick would work if you've got something else as well. Right, okay, so basically we're just using them to make the different, so we talk about these are straight line shapes, okay, so we can make, with the lolly sticks, we can make any shapes that are made up of straight lines. So the obvious ones are that we can make a square. So we can just make it, and we can be talking about how many straight lines we've got to make our square, that we needed 4 of them, and we can be talking about the corners on the shape, and we can be talking about the sides, and we can be talking about the fact that all the sides are the same, they're all as long as each other, okay, and we can line them up and compare them and say, oh look, they're exactly the same size, and we can use them to make our square shape, okay, and then moving on from there, we might also say, well, how would we make it into a rectangle? What's different about a rectangle? Okay, well, it's got to have some longer sides and some shorter sides, so we can be adding in some extra sticks to make our rectangle shape. Now obviously we've still got straight sides, we've still got 4 corners, but we'd be talking about the fact that these sides are longer and these ones are shorter, and that's why we know it's a rectangle shape. And we can go on from there to a 3-sided shape maybe. So we know we've got our triangle shape, okay, and again talking about the properties of that shape and how we made it, and you know how we can make different triangles. You might want to get really clever and start making bigger shapes. Maybe you want to go into a pentagon or a hexagon, or even some irregular shapes, and letting them explore what they can find and just talking together as they play. Maybe you can make little pictures with them. If you do want to move on and put some curved lines into curved sides into your shape, I'd recommend some pipe cleaners, which again you get really easily in craft packs, and these are quite good when you want to start making some curved shapes. So we might be saying, oh look, we've made Swirlo's circle shape, okay, like that, or maybe we've made Archie's rainbow, right? And we see these in different shapes as well. So we might see, what do we call that? What do we call it? We call it a circle shape, okay? When we put it with our straight line, we've made a semicircle. Okay, so you can start to introduce that as well. So it's a really quick, fun activity for making different shapes. Okay, to move on from there, another idea we've got is that you can actually start to stand your shapes up. Now you can do this again with the sticks, or you could use some straws to do this bit one with. And if you use some little balls, again we've got a nice bit of motor skill development with the Play-Doh, making some balls. Mine all fell apart there. Okay, you can actually start to make some shapes that stand up as well. Okay, which is even more fun. So we can attempt a triangle shape. So again, little straws, drinking straws work well with this, or even cocktail sticks if your children are a little bit older and you're cool with them being a bit sharper. So here we go, and we can start to make some shapes that stand up. Okay, and the children will enjoy pushing the bits into the sides into the Play-Doh, and it makes it easier to talk about the difference between the sides and the corners, because the corners are your blobs of Play-Doh and your sides are your sticks or your straws. So just another way of doing it, and obviously talking about all the different shapes that we can make as well. So that's our sticks and Play-Doh. And then I've got one more activity for you. Again, what we've got for this one is some strips of paper just made into simple tracks. I've literally cut some strips of paper, drawn some black lines down the middle. It took me like 2 minutes. And we can use these with some vehicles. So if you've got children who love different vehicles, we can practice driving, but also our shapes. So if you've got very young children, it might just be enough that you're going along straight lines and practicing that. You can arrange them into zigzags. So we've got quite a few of them. We can arrange them into zigzag shapes, and then we can practice. Here comes Thomas along. Now, if I was doing this with the children, I would just use a little bit of masking tape just to stick it down as we go, and we can be practicing turning, sharp turns to do our zigzags. We can go on from that to make actual shapes with them. So how can we make our track? We can make a square track. So by putting it all together, I'll just move the camera down slightly here so you can see. And there we go, we've got our square track. Again, I would be just putting a little bit of tape on just to secure the corners, and then we can practice driving along the straight sides and the 4 corners of the square. We can also have a triangle track with these. Again, how many sides do we need? How many pieces of track for the triangle? We need 3 because it's got 3 sides, and oh, it's called very sharp corner. Okay, we've got very sharp corners in our triangle. We've got the zigzag mark there, going up and practicing driving round. And obviously, the more you have, you could build hexagon tracks, pentagon tracks, however you want to take it on. You can draw curved ones, you could so that you could make circle tracks as well if you wanted to. So it's really quick, it's great. You can just, if you've got a wooden floor in your house or even outside, just tape all different ones down, and then the cars can practice going all around them. But all the time you're reinforcing those names, because you're saying, can you go to, can you drive on the square track, can you drive on the circle track, and you're getting that shape recognition in there as well. So hopefully that's helped you with a few ideas for just developing those that shape recognition through some play activities.